Welcome back to the channel. All right, it's time for what is usually my favorite video to make each month, and I am very excited about this one. We have a ton to talk about. I'm going to try to keep this under 20 minutes. We'll see. I'm just going to give a quick, hopefully, blurb on each champion that has been adjusted. For those of you who are unfamiliar with my ranking system, we're only going to really have 4 columns we'll talk about. I'll explain what each one is before we start that column. And this is going to look different. It's going to look different, and it's intentional. This is intentionally kept simple. It is completely designed just to be a snapshot for you to get a sense of what does Vega think of that champion relative to other champions. And keep in mind, this game is way too complex. It is way too large for one champion to just always be better than others. And also, you want to be building your roster. What does it need? What can it handle? And then, of course, it's a game. Have fun. If you enjoy the champion, you're probably going to play them. If you don't, you probably will not. And therefore, do not spend your precious, you get the word, rank up resources on them. Okay? I think that's very important. We all have done that. We have that champion we ranked up, and then we just literally never play them. But we saw somewhere that they were very good, or we saw a video that we liked. Keep that in mind. The hot pink ones are ones that we're going to talk about in this video. They've either been recently updated, new to the game, or there's been a change in their ranking. And then this spreadsheet will be linked in the description. And the ones that have a link on them, you can see this here with Diablo, will either link to a video of mine, to a playlist of mine, or if I don't have one that I just really like, I have linked a video from another YouTuber or content creator, and I just like that video. I think it was really well done, or it will really explain that champion to you. It's worth watching. All right, let's jump into this. And also, one of my favorite reasons, one of the reasons I love this is because of the comments. I've learned so much from you and going back and forth and learning how you're using these champions. So if you really disagree with me, tell me why. Please tell me why. It is very, very helpful. This game is huge, and this is a group effort, group project. Okay, here we go. We're going to start with top shelf. The way you know your top shelf is you just ranked up the 5-star. You maxed them out. You maybe even used an Awakening Gem, SIG 200, took them to rank 5. The very next 6-star crystal you pull the exact same champion. And it's going to sting. It's going to sting for a minute or two, but eventually, you're like, okay, I now have got 2 Dooms. I'm pretty happy with that. That's how you know a champion is top shelf, right? They just are. They're that good. You're happy to have 2 of them. Here we go. Diablo. Diablo is recently buffed. He is incredible. He is incredible. Yes, he benefits by having the recoil tree masteries. I think he's still good without him. He's better with them. The awakened ability is important, so the ranking considers him being awakened. That's what the little asterisk is by him. Sorcerer Supreme has been moved up to super premium. She deserves it. Really probably should have been there for a while. She covers so many things. She is one of the first champions for me that really starting to develop what I call the MCoC Venn diagram. No, she doesn't do exactly what Doom does. She doesn't do exactly what Claire does. They don't do the exact same things. But the 3 of them together, while they do have some crossover, will cover a lot of this game for you, and it is worth ranking up all 3 of them, in my opinion. Magic, if she was out as a 6-star, holy smokes, you would see so many YouTube videos on her. And then Tigra. I finally got Tigra up here. You know what? Let's bold her. She's supposed to be bolded. She is well worth it. She is incredible. She is awesome. I think Buddy Lee shows us that maybe every other week. Between that and iHull, she's incredible. She deserves to be up there. There is a high skill cap in playing her, but if you're willing to put in the time, she is going to produce tremendous results for you. Scrolling down, we have our mutants, and I do want, mutant is like the one to talk about this in, and I will keep this quick. They are ranked within their tier, but don't worry about that too much, right? Like, again, this game's so complex. Archangel is not always going to be better than Professor X. It's just not the case. That's where I have them. Okay, moving on down, let's get down. I think we have our first real big shakeups here in the skill class. It was time for it to reflect what I truly believe. I don't like to just start off with a champion and start them off in top shelf. I like for them to be moved up and I think prove it. Shang-Chi is incredible. There is part of me that really feels that in 6 months' time, we are talking about him as the best skill champion in the game. I did myself just finally get 6-star Nick Fury. He's excellent. Fury, Shang-Chi, really, it doesn't matter, right? Aegon is up there because of how valuable he is in long form content, and that long form content for so many players is still upcoming. Abyss of Legends is a massive piece of content that will get you tremendous rewards and is pivotal to really jumping into that end game. And people did use him for Grandmaster's Gauntlet. No, he was not as dominant in it, but he was usable. He could be used, and those are massive pieces of content where his value truly shines as story content is becoming less niche and as skill champions are getting better as a group. No, he's not quite as needed or valuable, let's say, for story and regular questing content, but he is so good in content that is very important. To me, he holds on to that ranking. Remember, this is supposed to be a snapshot for people to look at and know how to, just what I think. Kingpin deserves to be up there. I will continue to work on the volumes with him. Those of you who've seen it know what I'm talking about. He is configurable, but he is also fantastic on his own. The S is for synergies because there are synergies that help him significantly, but even just by himself, he can do an absolute ton. Yes, I know some of you are looking at the Moleman. We will talk about Moleman when we get to Super Premium. In fact, I will change the color there because that is a new change. Okay, let's move down to Cosmic here. The new change is Hercules. Hercules, to me, he should have been top shelf right away. When I got the rankings out, I had already pulled him, I believe, and I had been able to use him. Maybe I was just playing with him on the CCP server. But the fact of the matter is he's excellent. He's awesome. He is all of the things that you want. He is fantastic and a tremendously fun, which just goes in there. And then we've got some just kind of like housekeeping stuff here. You can read these. I don't want to take up time in this video because there is a lot to talk about. All right, let's get to Super Premium here. Super Premium. One of the most common questions I get is, should I rank this champion and should I take them to rank 3? It's a great question. I ask them all the time in my Discord server, all the time. So I get it. The answer is just, if you're on stream and you ask me and you seem to be like, yeah, definitely. And then I'm like, well, hold on. No, I think so. Then that's Super Premium. That's how you know it's a Super Premium champion. If there's very little hesitation or I don't go through this lengthy, well, let's see your roster. What are you working with? But in general, yes, they're worthy. That's Super Premium. All right, let's go ahead and continue to just move on. So we're talking about the highlighted. Here's a highlighted one is Cable. This is a really tricky one because I don't typically include synergies, right? And his synergy with Apocalypse, I feel like this still needs to be said. It is purely the synergy. He does not need to be made a horseman. His synergy with Apocalypse just transforms this champion. All of a sudden, some of the utility he has, like the concussion and stuff, starts to seem really usable because his damage is immense. He also helps Apocalypse significantly, so I feel very comfortable showing him at this place. However, you need to have Apocalypse. I actually used to have Cable in the top shelf, but I think it was creating a lot of confusion. And so I'm very happy with him being the Super Premium. It does not, it doesn't hurt me in any way, shape, or form. This is about reflecting knowledge and opinion out to everyone. So I think I want to put it as well as I possibly can. So that's where Cable is. My opinion on him has not changed at all. It's just I want people who look at this or watch this video to know and understand what I'm trying to get across, right? Okay, now let's move on to Bishop. Bishop is a recent buff. I had a ton of fun testing him. I don't see him as going to top shelf. I could see him working his way up Super Premium. He can do a lot of things. If you're interested in Bishop, I highly suggest checking out that video. Also, I know Strife. Strife is, at least on my Discord server, he is a hotly debated champion. And it's very funny. Everyone's being a little bit funny about it. If you're curious about Strife, check out that video. It's just of questing with him. It's not long form content. I think he's actually very good for it. I like him a lot. I also understand why other people don't. Let's put it that way. Okay, moving along, we're going to get to Super Premium Science. We have some promotions here. Spider-Ham and Immortal Hulk. Spider-Ham is a champion that I kind of wanted to put in Super Premium from the day I pulled him. I pulled him very early on. I felt like there was a lot there. And one of the things that made me feel confident about him being Super Premium is he was effective even on lanes that weren't about power stings. That's a really big sign for me, is if a champion can at least be effective when they're not being used in what's considered their niche. because they're supposed to be good in their niche. They're supposed to be good in it, and he is excellent in it. He's also good when he doesn't have to be that niche. He works very well when power gain is an issue. He is fantastic. I really do like him, and I'm happy to see the community coming around on him as more people get him. Immortal Hulk, if you watch Buddy Lee's channel, there's no way you don't think Immortal Hulk deserves this ranking. I'm sure some of you will say he probably should go up higher. I'm going to reference this probably elsewhere. It should have been referenced with Tigra. For me, it's this high skill thing, right? Like, there's almost should be like an insignia of like, yeah, MSD, Munash, Buddy Lee, Agent X, Iron Patriot. Yeah, they can do these things with these champions. Me, probably not. And it's not that I'm a bad player. It's just they're that top 1% or 0.01%. Part of me wonders how much of Immortal Hulk, looking as amazing he does, is that it's Buddy Lee who's in that top 0.01%. But Immortal Hulk clearly is good too. So he's up there. He does excellent stuff. And it's one of Buddy's videos that is linked in there. If you're curious about him, check it out. All right, let's keep on moving down. And I know this is going to be, I'm prepared for the comments. I'm prepared for the comments, but that's going to make me feel good. It's going to make me feel really good because I did this on purpose. The point of this is to get information out. And it is abundantly clear to me in streaming that people do not realize that Moleman is currently bugged, and he has been since he was buffed. He is keeping his true strike in situations where he should not. He's supposed to get fixed. We don't know when. We don't know when, but the longer time goes on, the less people are aware that he is bugged, and they're ranking him to rank 3. I still think even when he's fixed, he will be an excellent champion and probably deserving of top shelf. I also think he's going to be a champion where you have to make that decision and play him very intentionally to stay out of frenzy, to keep your true strike on, and those sorts of things. So I'm doing this on purpose. I want people to see this and know, and to hopefully listen to this and say, oh, wow, didn't know Moleman's bugged. And so if you're going to take him to rank 3, you're aware that this may happen to your champion. It's supposed to. We just don't know when. I thought it was going to be this month, but that was not the fix that he was receiving. If you already have taken him to rank 3 and you did not realize this, you can really read through his abilities and maybe start practicing playing him that way. I think he's still going to be excellent. It's just going to be something to get used to. Elsa Bloodstone is excellent. The reason she's here is Campo, who, if you watch my channel enough, you've heard me reference quite a few times. He's excellent, but she also is too. And this video really resonated with me, helped me understand how to play her. I really liked it a lot. Check it out if you're interested in her. All right, and then Cosmic, there are no changes in the Super Premium. I know, we'll get to Kingroot and Venompool. I know. All right, so moving on to Premium. The Premium it's that same question. Should I take this champion to rank 3? Should I rank them up? And if the first instinct is a pause, like, well, let's see your roster. Why don't you maybe join the Discord server, hit up the advice channel. People love taking a look at those and giving advice. Because remember, you're trying to build a roster here. That's where this champion ends up. That means they're worth considering for rank 3. But you do need to keep in mind your roster. What are you trying to work with? 6 stones, that sort of thing. You going for Thronebreaker? What are we working with here? Hood is really interesting for me. I don't want to spend too much time. I think he is probably a very good champion and probably deserving of Super Premium if your focus is on Hood. If you're willing to build a team around Hood. If you do not have Doom or Claire, you get Hood, you pair him with Moleman, maybe you pair him with Strife. You've got a great champion here. I think a lot of us, though, are used to using Hood as a synergy partner for Ghost and Kingpin. And I don't know if he fits as well there because of you can't bring Strife and Kingpin when you're bringing Ghost, Wasp, and all. You get the point. There's just not enough spaces. I want to start him off in Premium. If over time he proves that he is worthy of a promotion, we will do it. We'll do it. I like to start off conservative on these rankings. All right, moving on down, getting to Mr. Negative. Mr. Negative is a fantastic champion. I have this highlighted because Felganos has just recently done his video. It is linked here if you're interested in Mr. Negative. Check this out. This is a great resource. You're really going to learn a lot. I can definitely see a world where Mr. Negative moves his way into Super Premium or up the ladder there for sure. This is where he's at. He's still pretty new in the game. And I think he's not Hercules, right? Hercules just grabs you by the eyeballs and shows you I am an amazing champion. I think Mr. Negative, there's some more nuance and things like that. So that's why he is there. I have Sparky highlighted because we're finally getting him in the game. Congrats to those. Muhammad was on stream today when I'm recording this, telling me he's the one who pulled Sparky. Congratulations. That is awesome. And I'm curious about Sparky. He's a champion. I have a lot of fond memories. I have a lot of nostalgia involved with him or related to him. I think he's going to move back up to Super Premium, but we should see it. We should see it as a 6-star. Let's see how they perform and if he's able to work his way into the meta again, I think. So, all right, scrolling on through. We actually talked about Ronin last video. I just forgot to change that. So let's go ahead and change that over now. Let's change it. All right, there we go. Kingroot and Venompool. Yes, they both probably will get moved to Super Premium. That's why they're at the top of Premium. I think we need more time. We've only had 1 week, and I have not actually played Kingroot very much at all. My 6-star Kingroot is not awakened. He's one of the few I don't have awakened. Off of the opinions of some incredibly smart players, I feel like he sounds like a Super Premium champion. You're going to want him awakened. It increases his damage too with the poisons there. Venompool, I like him. I do not think he replaces Venom. He definitely does not make Venom worthless. Venom is an excellent champion. Keep in mind, I think there's over 200 champions in this game. The chances of you having both Venom and Venompool at the rarity that you're ranking, having them awakened, and the resources to rank them both is incredibly small. And if it has happened, congratulations. Congratulations, that's amazing. Venompool seems more configurable by his synergies. I don't know how great his synergy partners are. He also does take a while to ramp up, but he can clearly do a lot. Venom is awesome. I almost want to start talking to them like the Magnetos. They are both awesome. They do different things. There it is. Odin. I have Odin here because I'll make this very short. If you look at the top shelf options of Cosmic, there's something missing there. And the thing that was missing, and this came up on stream the other day, is there's no champion that has True Strike native to their abilities. It's only Corvus, and you have to bring Proxima, which usually is not that big a deal because Corvus is so good, but you got to get Corvus charged up. Odin has the True Strike, and it seems to be pretty easy to access and to keep it. I could see Odin continuing to move up this list as people get him and rank him, and we see him at higher and higher ranks. I do not think is purely for his pre-fights and what he does for other champions. I really think we're going to see him move up. All right. And then we are in Call, America Chavez. It hurts me to have her there, but it is real. Call is, there's a job to do, right? There's a job to do. It's very specific. You can bring this champion in for that job, or this is like the baseline for potentially ranking a champion. Anything below this, probably don't do it unless, like for me, America Chavez is one of my favorite characters. I was so excited she's coming to the game. If she was in the not necessary, let's not be mean column, which is the next one, I probably would have slowly ranked her at some point just because I just enjoy the character. But Call is like the baseline for they're worthy of ranking, they're worthy of your resources in general. All right, and America Chavez is great as if there's a lot of ability power gain and you're fighting Hyperion, she kicks Hyperion's butt and does it well and does it easily. So that's why she is there. And then we will move on down. And I think we did it. I think we kept this video under 20 minutes, which I am very excited about. Remember, this is a snapshot. This is meant to serve as, hey, what does Vega think? The spreadsheet will be linked in the description here. And please, 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 if you're curious, if this is the first time you're really thinking about a champion and you're looking at this and you're seeing these rankings, please go check out one of my videos and definitely someone else that isn't me. Check out their video too, get 2 different sources and their opinions, and then go play that champion yourself. Do yourself a favor. It'll much more likely to end result you being happy with who you've ranked. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love making it every month. I love updating this list and reading your comments on them. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like,
subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.